Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Going to make this really, really quick tonight. I'm going to go over seven steps that I go through to generate leads and build my internet business. Just went over 1,900 active customers, or I should say, points of commission earning for me. So there's 1,900 opportunities out there that are attached to me. Plus, I think I'm going to add like another 30 here tonight. So absolutely excited about that. And it's all about consistency and showing up. Last month, I told everybody that I was going to do 5,000 reach outs, prospecting reach outs in the month of January. Well, bummer, I didn't quite hit my goal, but I got to 3,721, which I am not complaining about at all. So 3,721 reach outs. Which here, the cool thing about setting a goal is giving you it gives me an opportunity to have something to shoot for, right? It's like putting a target out there. Now, target also has a bullseye on it. It's got some other areas on it, and sometimes you can hone in, and you might hit the bullseye every now and then, but you don't have to hit it every time to hit the target, right? So, in going in that direction of setting that goal out there, I know the cool thing about it is I pretty much doubled what I did January of last year. Last year I did 1,500. I want to say it was 1,572. I think it was something like that. And I had a goal of 1,800, and I just did it. I said, okay, I'm going to do this to see what happens. I set out to do 5,000 this month. The cool thing about it is I did 3,721, and the neat thing about that is now that all that's out there, all those points of distribution, all the inboxes are out there. I'm getting feedback. Matter of fact, I just got a notification here. I've been working on our bathroom today. We're doing some bathroom remodeling. So between doing that, moving some stuff around, running to the hardware store and all that kind of stuff, I got a couple of people that actually watched my presentation completely on autopilot with me having nothing to do with it. Man, this hat is like giving me a headache. I want to take this off. Drink me some coffee here. So the cool thing about that was looking at that. I want to say, let me see. Hold on a second. Let me look at my list. 23 plus 13, 30, 36. So just between yesterday and today, I've added 36 new customers, or I should say points of revenue. That's what I like to call it, points of revenue into my coded to me. So when I say 13 points of revenue, that's 13 people that I can have an opportunity to earn a commission from because they're coded to me based on the services that I offer. So when you look at that, when you advertise like that, it's really neat. So it's going to start to kick in. It's going to start to roll over. So I'm going to go over these seven steps, 7 things you need to have or do every single day, or I shouldn't say, well, you put them in place. And there's some things you need to do every single day to create an activity to build your online business. So here we go. So step 1, you need to do Facebook Lives and post on social media on a regular basis, right? Not multiple times a day. You'll notice that usually on my social media, like on Facebook, I'm doing a live. I think I'll post a couple other times here and there. Just depends on what I'm doing, but it's usually between 1 and 3 times a day is all you want to post on Facebook. Now, Instagram and TikTok and those other channels completely different animal. I'm not sure what your limits are on those, but you'll hear some people say, you don't want to post more than 3 times a day on Instagram. But then when you go into stories, you can post as much as you want to in stories, because stories are more like a running continuous thing, right? So they're just like you can add on to them throughout the day, and just depends on how much time you think people are going to spend watching through your story. Most people will watch the first slide, and then me, I'll just fast forward. If something doesn't catch my attention on the first slide, I'm usually not going to watch the rest. There's a gentleman that I follow that does sales updates on Instagram, and I like the way he does. He's usually got about 7 cards that flips through, but he tells a story as he goes through. So I'm going to watch him and learn how to use some of his techniques for Instagram and how to market and basically grow branding and advertising and marketing techniques and tricks and tips and things like that. So very exciting. So number 1 is you got to post on social media on a regular daily basis. Remember, your brand is open for business, right? You're open for business. You got to show up for business every freaking day, right? Although it is a side hustle, and I'll say that for some of you that, and I'll take that back a little bit. For some of those that are, this is just truly a side hustle thing that you just want to get a couple $100 for, then how you post on social media, that's up to you. But for those of you like me that want to have, the 8, 9, 10 figure income a week in terms of generating income. And when I said a week, not a month, not a 10, some people say I want to earn a 6-figure income. I want to earn a 6-figure income weekly. That's my goal, right? That's where I'm going. I'm on a 7-figure run. And in that 7-figure run, and the reason I'm doing that isn't selfish, because I know I can make a bigger impact, right? The more people I impact, the more people I lift up, the more people that I help make a little bit extra money in there, whether it's $100 or $10,000, it's going to greatly impact my income and revenue. So I want to do that on a regular basis, right? So I've got to reach out and I've got to have a system in place that can work for me when I'm doing stuff like rehabbing my bathroom. So one is I've got to post on social media every day, and I've got to do some type of posting up there. And I'll explain why here in just a second. So that's the first thing. Number two, you've got to cold prospect or mark or advertise. You've got to do something in that way, depending on how you set it up. Now, when you advertise, you got to be very careful, because you got to understand your product. You got to understand your audience. You got to understand how to advertise. You got to understand how to write an ad. You got to understand where to drive that traffic, and you've got to have a budget. So you got to have some discretionary income. If you have money you can't light on fire and just throw away and aren't worried about it, it's not going to freak you out, and you're not going to be able to pay your car payment, I recommend not advertising. So your backup plan to do that is cold prospecting. Now, cold prospecting is pretty cool because it doesn't cost any money. It just takes a little bit of time, but you've got to be creative with it. You've got to put those points, you've got to put those messages of hope in people's inboxes. And the cool thing about that is they relate directly to your Facebook Lives and your prospecting, right? They can come back and see. So when you put that cold message in somebody's inbox, like for example, I don't know Kenneth, and I drop a message into Kenneth's inbox, right? And I say, hey, dude, I know we don't know each other. I ran across your post on the Aston Martin DBS page. Absolutely cool car. Can't wait to put one in my driveway. The reason I'm reaching out to you is I'm expanding my business. I don't know if you're looking for ways to earn some extra income working at home, online, on the internet. If you are, I've got something you probably want to take a look at. If you are, let me know. I'll send you some information. If not, no big deal. Let me know either way, right? So I'm gonna put that message in his inbox, right? I'm gonna drop it in there, and if he's gonna do a couple of things. He may reply back and say, cool, dude, I'll take a look at your stuff. He may reply back, hey, go jump in the lake. He may say no or whatever, right? However, he may do a third thing, which is he's gonna go take a look at who is this dude that's reaching out to them he doesn't know. He's gonna come and check out my social media stuff, right? He's gonna maybe see me do a live. He might actually even watch me do a live. You might actually watch me do a live and see me tell people at the end of my live, hey, if you'd like to plug into my simple 4-step system, learn how to generate leads online, click the link that's up there in my bio, or I can catch it scrolling across the bottom of the screen here, and he's going to go check it out and find out a little bit about what I'm doing, right? Or if he can see that I'm building a rideshare business, he can click on the other link that says XTRM Rideshare. He can go there and click into that and watch an overview and get some presentations. Either way, I'm going to catch him leads somewhere doing something, depending on how I'm marketing, right? So he has an opportunity to learn about me, and I don't have to have a conversation with him, and he can decide based on what he sees in my social media posts whether or not he wants to do business with me. Remember, people want to do business that are doing business. If you're showing up on social media and you're not doing business, there's a pretty good chance that people aren't going to want to do business with you. If all you're doing is posting cute kitten pictures and you're talking about building a 6-figure income, that's not congruent and consistent with what somebody's talking about, right? So I'm not talking about advertise your product and make your freaking Facebook timeline look like a grocery store. I'm talking about business, how to generate income, how to change your mindset, how to grow a business, how to be a leader, that kind of stuff. You don't have to do it all the time, right? You don't have to be crazy like I am and do it all the time. And also in your Facebook links, you don't want to use your website address for your business. That we talked about that before. I got to get going faster as I'm running out of time. Number 3, build a lead capture page. That's the third thing you need to do. Number 4, you need to get a domain name that you can brand. It can be your name, it can be a branded name, whatever you want to. And then you need to point that branded name to that lead capture page would be the next thing you need to do. So you got to build a lead capture page before you get the domain. You can do them at the same time. You're going to point that lead capture page to that domain. And then of course, the next part about that is after they fill out the lead capture form, they've got to go to an overview presentation to watch that. So that would be number 6, link your lead capture page to an overview presentation so that you can begin building your list and doing some follow-up. And number 7, of course, is follow-up. So if you got some value, share your number 1 takeaway. I hope you did. So those are the 7 things to recap real quick. Do your Facebook Lives, cold prospect or advertise, build a lead capture page, get a domain, put that domain on social media and advertise and put it all over the place. link it to an overview page, and do follow up. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing to do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, build a huge, huge rideshare business in the month of February, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. And I hope you are too. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.